Hello friends, this is GimpGirl once again, and today I'm going to try to answer a question that a lot of you people seem to have had, and that is, GimpGirl, how did you become a pick-me? Okay, you seem to be very interested to know and how I became a pick-me, or if I was just born this way. Okay, so today I have been drawing. I've been drawing so much that I noticed that one of my eyes turned red. I don't know if it's still red. And I will be opening some packages today for my man. Have some stuff for him. So 2 packages. So let's start by, I was about to use a pen to open a package. Yeah, this is my man's camera. I don't know what it's doing here. Left it behind. Okay, so let's open some packages. Right, so here's a cool new lens for him to try. Please work. Okay, so that's cool. It works. Great. Okay, so I'll be opening the next package. What's going on this camera right here? There we go. It's a Fuji X-T30, if you're wondering. It's a mirrorless. He does have several others, but that's the one he's using right now anyway. An adapter. Yet another adapter you can put on the camera. Okay, this one is for Pentax K lenses, if you're wondering. To put them on this specific camera. Okay, let me put it back into the bag so it doesn't get dusty or anything. Alright, so you were asking me, GimpGirl, how did you become a pick-me? Or were you always this way? What's the deal? Well, the short answer is yes, I was always this way. I have been this way ever since I met my man. So I have always been a pick-me for him. So let's see, I guess I'll just tell you the story, and you can draw your own conclusions from it. So I met my man in high school, and I guess I started simping for him pretty much immediately. For instance, I would buy him gifts. Yeah, so I'd buy him little love gifts, just like I do now, except since I was a teenager. I bought like, at first anyway, I bought like little stuffed animals, like little thingies, like a cup with a heart on it and stuff like that. We had a pretty, I kind of know what you call a normal relationship when we first got together, and he would want to take me out on dates. So he would take me, his girlfriend, out on dates. We went to places like the opera, mostly because his sister was a ballerina and she danced at the opera. So we saw her, the performances that she was in, and we'd go out and eat. I remember we went to this Pizza Hut. That was our first real date, other than just, I don't know, walking around in the forest or studying together. So, and I would always insist on paying for all of these dates, but he wouldn't let me. Like he actually wouldn't let me pay, and I found it so embarrassing when he wanted to pay, because I wanted to be the one paying. Especially when we went to the Pizza Hut place. I remember standing there in line, kind of waving with the money, and he is like, no, you're not gonna pay, I'm gonna pay. And I just found that, honestly, I found that degrading. For some reason, I just found that so degrading and embarrassing. And it's like, no, you shouldn't pay. I want to be the one paying. I got the money here. So I don't know why I found it so embarrassing. But anyway, I wanted to be the one paying. And then let's see. I guess I did continue to buy him gifts. And sometimes he would get me something, like something small, like he got me chocolates and a CD, and I remember being really embarrassed over it. Like he gave me chocolates, and I put them in a drawer in my room, and I didn't take it out for like weeks because I was so embarrassed over it. It was like me giving him gifts was okay, but him giving me gifts, it just felt, you know, embarrassing and somehow cringy. I can't tell you at the top of my head why I felt that way, but anyway, that's how I felt. So that's why I always insisted on paying for everything, on being the one to buy him gifts, and I didn't really like it when he bought me gifts. Then after high school, we moved in together, and I gave him some money, kind of like that was my dowry, at least, kind of the first part of it. And we bought an apartment, or rather I bought it, I paid for it. So he got a free home, and I also worked at the time. I got my first job, I started working, and he would go to university. And I started buying him more gifts, like nicer, more expensive gifts. And at this time, he had completely stopped buying me gifts. Like he wouldn't buy me anything for birthdays or anything. And I somehow felt relieved over that. That I didn't have to deal with this cringiness and awkwardness of like getting chocolates from my man. Let's see. So yeah, I worked while he studied, and then after his studies, he started staying home. So I worked then to support a stay-at-home mom. So I finally had my own stay-at-home man. So he could stay home and just relax and do whatever he wanted. And I would be the one bringing in money. And I felt good about that, to be honest. And okay, after a number of years of working, then I started going to law school because I wanted to get a better job with a better income to give him a better life. And after that we started having kids, so working wasn't really on the table for me anymore, especially not since I had all the kids very close together. So yeah, but I mean, you can still simp for a man in various ways without necessarily working a day job to support him. So then one day I found this term, pick me. I thought it was a bit strange first. It seemed like it was a term mostly used by black women in America. No, I couldn't quite relate. I thought I would start a subreddit on not on being a pick-me, but on being like a man worshiper. I wanted something with man worship actually, and that was the original thought. But then I realized that pick-me was the contemporary term for being any kind of woman that does anything for a man, basically. And a lot of people are upset over the term. So I started a subreddit and it started upsetting people. And that's pretty much the story of me being a pick-me. So the answer to your question, boys and girls, is that I was a pick-me from the start. At the moment I met my man, I started being a pick-me for him, and that was long before the term pick-me had been invented. And it was 20 years ago. Oh, it was a long time ago. And at the time we were at the height of modern feminism, and it was like practically illegal to do anything for a man, so it was a lot more controversial than it is today. I'll tell you that. But I didn't do it because it was controversial and I wanted to be, I don't know, controversial or edgy or out there. I did it because I simply liked my man, and I kind of felt comfortable with it. That's why. So now you know, GimpGirl has always been a pick-me.